Get the top headlines of the day in your morning briefing from NBC4 New York, Monday through Friday. Sign up for our newsletter here. In Tit-for-Tat, Trump threatens $200 billion more tariffs on China imports. President Trump directed the U.S. Trade Representative to prepare new tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese imports as the two nations moved closer to a potential trade war. The tariffs, which Trump wants set at a 10% rate, would be the latest round of punitive measures in an escalating dispute over the large trade imbalance between the two countries. Trump recently ordered tariffs on $50 billion in Chinese goods in retaliation for intellectual property theft. The tariffs were quickly matched by China on U.S. exports, a move that drew the president's ire. China's Commerce Ministry on Tuesday criticized the latest threat of tariffs, saying it was an act of extreme pressure and blackmail. Trump said if China responds to this fresh round of tariffs, then he will move to counter by pursuing additional tariffs on another $200 billion of goods. It wasn't immediately clear when the new tariffs could be put in place. Outrage over family separations grows, but Trump stands firm and unapologetic. President Trump defended his administration's border protection policies in the face of rising national outrage over the forced separation of migrant children from their parents. Calling for tough action against illegal immigration, Trump declared the U.S. will not be a migrant camp on his watch. Images of children held in fenced cages fueled the growing chorus of condemnation from both political parties, four former first ladies and national evangelical leaders. The children are being held separately from parents who are being prosecuted under the administration's zero-tolerance policy for illegal border crossings. Trump falsely blamed Democrats, the minority party in Washington, for obstructing legislation to fix the situation. In fact, it was Trump's administration that broke with long-standing practice of processing migrant families in civil, rather than criminal, proceedings that allow families to be held together. Nearly 2,000 children were separated from their families over a 6-week period in April and May after Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced the new zero-tolerance policy that refers all cases of illegal entry for criminal prosecution. U.S. Korea suspend upcoming military drills amid talks with Kim. South Korea presented a united front with the United States on a decision to call off a major military drill, 1 week after President Trump's surprise announcement that he would suspend such exercises with the longtime Asian ally. Shortly after the U.S. and South Korean militaries formally announced the Ulchi Freedom Guardian exercises slated for August had been called off, Seoul's defense ministry said the decision was necessary to support ongoing talks both countries have with North Korea. The announcement was widely anticipated following Trump's meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un last week. Trump said after the summit in Singapore that he would suspend the U.S. military's war games with South Korea and lessen until the talks on ending North Korea's nuclear weapons program break down. The statement appeared to catch both South Korea and the Pentagon by surprise, but they presented a united front in canceling the upcoming exercise. Compulsive video game playing now new mental health problem for video game addicts. It might soon be game over. In its latest revision to a disease classification manual, the World Health Organization said compulsively playing video games now qualifies as a new mental health condition. The statement confirmed the fears of many parents but led some critics to warn that it may risk stigmatizing young video players. The UN Health Agency said classifying gaming disorder as a separate condition will serve a public health purpose for countries to be better prepared to identify this issue. Dr. Shekhar Saxena, director of WHO's Department for Mental Health, said WHO accepted the proposal that gaming disorder should be listed as a new problem based on scientific evidence, in addition to the need and the demand for treatment in many parts of the world. The American Psychiatric Association has not yet deemed gaming disorder to be a new mental health problem. Rapper XXXTentacion shot to death. Officials say South Florida rapper XXXTentacion has died after he was shot during a possible robbery in Deerfield Beach, officials said. The 20-year-old singer, whose real name is José Dwayne Onfroy, was shot outside Riva Motorsports at 3671 N. Dixie Highway, Broward Sheriff's Office officials said. He was taken to a local hospital, where he later died, officials said. Several deputies were at the scene examining a black BMW that was believed to be the rapper's car. Officials say he was leaving the motorcycle shop when he was approached by two armed suspects. At least one of the suspects opened fire, hitting the rapper. The suspects fled the scene in a dark-colored SUV, officials said. XXXTentacion, who had a top 10 pop hit with Said, and saw his sophomore album reach No. 1 on the Billboard 200 last month, was awaiting trial on aggravated battery, domestic battery and false imprisonment charges after he was accused of beating up his pregnant girlfriend. Tiffany Haddish recreates Cardi B SNL baby bump performance. Tiffany Haddish is making money moves at the 2018 MTV Movie. During the comedian's hilarious opening monologue, Haddish rocked her best Cardi B impression with a new rendition of the rapper's smash hit Bodak Yellow. The evening's MC joked that Cardi lent her the same white gown she wore to debut her baby bump during Saturday Night Live earlier this year. Haddish also took a moment to give props to actor Michael B. Jordan, joking that he's able to impregnate women with just one look. Jordan's bedroom eyes apparently worked wonders. As soon as Haddish turned to the side, her stomach began to inflate. Before Haddish took the stage inside the Barker hangar in Santa Monica, California, she was joined by Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith and the stars of Black Panther, for a comedic sketch based on the blockbuster action flick.